Hi guys, it's Kitty, and I'm back with another video on Nightingale. So to today we're gonna slowly work through the questions on the Discord. But the way I'm gonna do it is instead of just doing bits and bobs of it, I'm gonna do it in sections. So I'm gonna take couple of the questions that were answered, and then I'm going to put them in a video and just talk more about a particular subject instead of doing several subjects. So if you don't like it after this video, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep going as we get more information. So I really want to get down. It was something I missed out on last week's video, so I really wanted to bring that into this week's video, and it's in regards to solo playing or playing, as a group, as a community. It's something that's important to me as a solo player. Sorry, as both. I'm a social player. I love playing with group of people. It's my biggest thing. I love being around with people, having fun, doing things like that. And this game for me at the moment feels that it's definitely a community based game. However, in saying that, everything that I'm going to mention um, does allow for solo players as well to enjoy and to progress in the game. Um, there is definitely a lot of solo elements, or your character building elements for yourself alone to do, um, as well as a group of things that you can do as a group, or even with just co-op or something like that. But also you can also grow as a solo player as well. So realms, we've talked about the realms, how there are small areas. The map size is about 2 kilometers by 2. They don't look like they're going to change that size of maps either. So um, it's more what's the content of what that map holds and the resources it holds. So they're not that big, but they're not also that small. But depending on what world you go into, they'll be all different. So as you open up these worlds, these new worlds via using our realm cards that we spoke about, um, acquiring them via your gameplay, fighting them, probably defeating bosses, picking up a certain resource, these things that help us unlock our cards that we use to open the portals. Um, as you go and open up a portal, your portals will open. They stay open for as long as you want. Um, if you are with another player, or players, everyone that walks through that portal that was opened by yourself or by another player will enter into a new realm world, but the same one. So you will all enter into the same one if you are together. Unlike somebody else in another part of the servers that you don't know puts in the same cards and open up a world, they will not enter your world and by accident or anything like that. No, will not happen. But you and your group of people that you are with will be able to do that. The other way is you can also be invited, or invite others to join the world that you are currently in. Or you can go in and join them via an invite system. There's not much information about it. It is just something that was mentioned. So, all the friend system or something, it's like an invite system, and you invite people and they invite you. Once you've been invited, nothing is safe. So you can enter or leave each other's realms and worlds and things like that. Respite realms. So respite realms we spoke on, realms that is your safe spot, your probably your house where you're building it. Use your respawn point if you have died. It's when you log off and log back on, it's open to you. Things like that. So that's your respite realm. Respite realms aren't for just yourself, however. More than one player can save a realm as their respite realm. So what they're encouraging is that a group of people to get together and build and a village community together, all of all of as one, and that 5, 10 people all have the same realm as their respite realm, just to encourage play together and building up zones as a community and things like that. So it is something, yeah. It's so yeah. That is something I missed out last week. Really want to mention it. Yeah, respite realms are not just for one person; they're for everybody that want to play together. I will mention that um servers, so each server, each realm can only host up to about 10ish people. This is not confirmed. It's just a number that they've given us. That between 8 and 10 people are on these servers. So whether they'll up the number, which would be nice, or it will be lower number, who knows? We don't know until closer to the date. So just be aware that if you are wanting to play this and you want to play it as your community, and you have a community of people, 15, 20 people, you may not be able to share the same respite realm. Um, or if you can, you may not all be allowed to be on at the same time. Who knows? But you will be able to travel with each other in a smaller group. Yeah, you understand. um, so building is set as a blueprint system, like the forest, like grounded. You place down a blueprint of the structure that you're going to build, and then you bring resources to it. And yeah, and you build things up that this is set if it is like forest and grounded, not just one that can do this. Many people can come and build and help add resources and structures to the structure, to the current blueprint on there. So in a way, it helps the community. It brings the community together to build, a great big house or system like that. Like, you're not just one of you has. I know in ARC we have one set dedicated member to build and one person to go and get farm stuff, or 2 people to farm things. You know, it's not like that. It's a way that you just somebody places down a structure, and then others will come and contribute to it. You know, it's a really nice way. I really like the idea of that. As you progress, you will gain specializations depending on your abilities and stats. Each person will have a different, um, so each person will have different discoveries and unlocks depending on their type of gameplay style. So when you work together, you will have a wider access to more items and structures if you aren't alone. So if somebody is like full-time player and they just go and explore everything and they've unlocked a bunch of things, and you're just casual because you work 24/6 and you don't get time, working with someone who does have that time will they can build certain houses or certain structures, and you haven't unlocked yet, but you'll be able to help um, build that structure if it was a house, or unlock those things, even though you haven't found that certain discovery yet. So you can share. So it's a really good way that, if someone doesn't have much time and somebody does, working together lets you still experience everything like that. Um, in saying that though, someone who is a solo player who doesn't have much time can still find and unlock these discoveries. They might take a little bit longer, because they don't have as much time, but there is always a way to unlock certain discoveries throughout the way. That is, you can also have up to 3 different characters in character creation. So far, it's limited to 3. So, you can play as you want, or you change it up the next day. But my final remarks really is that Nightingale can either be for a solo player or a small community, even a big community. You just have to work out which respite realm you want to sleep in. But it's definitely a game for all. Um, there are solo elements in the game. There's kind of like a quest log kind of thing. You get a journal, and that your journal will track your unlocks and your discoveries and things like that. So you can see, and they'll give you hints for the next step kind of thing. So it's kind of like a quest progression type of thing that you have. This is only for you and you alone. You don't have to follow it. It's just a guide. It just gives you a track of what you've done already, and maybe hints of if you give you like a goal to do the next day kind of thing. Um, but it's that's for you. But like, you can still go through your journal as a group, or you can be one of those lovely players that have to do everything and unlock everything as solo, and you can totally do that in this game. It's not, it's, yeah, it's for everybody, really. Um, there's a lot of NPCs and stories in the game. So, if you like lore, and if you want to do, your Skyrim feel, like, it's definitely designed for that. Anyway, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, I've been Kitty, and this is Nightingale, and I love you all.